What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about an overall market update, looking at the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq. And we're also going to be talking about two trades that I made today on the 26th of November in 2018. But before we do talk about the topics of today's video, for those of you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Stas, and I make videos dealing with swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, and my personal philosophies and strategies when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. So for those of you guys that want to learn more about that, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram as well as on Twitter, and join our Discord group chat as well as our Facebook group. All of those are linked down below in the description box. And if you guys want to be in contact with me and 270 plus other members, join that Discord group chat, guys. We're talking on a day-to-day basis about trading, investing, stocks, stock market news, strategies, and pretty much just working together, networking together as a community, to pretty much help each other grow in the stock market. So if you guys want to be a part of it on the Discord group chat, again, all of those are linked down below in the description box. Now let's just hop right into the topic of today's video, and let's talk about the Dow Jones Industrial Average first. So for those of you guys that were, paying attention to the markets today, we had a pretty solid green day in two out of the three indexes that we talk about on this channel: the Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq. And starting off with the Dow Jones here, guys, we were up 1.46% on the day, up about $353. And if you guys have been watching my videos over the past couple of days, we've been doing a bunch of technical analysis on the overall indexes, and on the Dow Jones in specific, we were talking about this support level here at about $24,500. So very good sign today that the Dow Jones was able to actually hold above this support level here, and I'm going to tell you guys very quickly why. So, obviously, since early October, the Dow Jones has been selling off very heavily, as well as the Nasdaq and, the S&P 500. All of the markets have been red over the past 2 months at this point, right? And if we just take a look at the pattern here on the Dow Jones, we notice the peak at 27,000 and the next peak at about 26,000. And what this tells us is that this is making a lower high pattern, which is the beginning of a downtrending pattern. And what do we notice here, guys? The low was at about $24,500, which is the support level that we're holding right now. So the good reason, or the reason why it's good that the Dow Jones held the support level here is because it's holding back from making another lower low, which is a continuation of that downwards trending pattern that we were talking about. Because if it does break the support, that's going to be a lower low from the previous low, and that's pretty much, the start, not really the start, but the continuation of that downwards trending pattern. So if the Dow Jones, guys, is able to hold here and maybe slowly start to recover, this could be this formation, or the start of a horizontal channel for the Dow Jones, where it could potentially be trading something like this, right? Which could be a consolidation phase before another push up, right? Before another push up to potentially a new all-time high, or that could be a consolidation phase like this, where it could end up, pushing down and, eventually breaking that support level here at about $24,500. But, overall, guys, very strong green day today for the Dow Jones, looking very good, holding above that support level. And in tomorrow's trading video, and not trading video, but in tomorrow's trading day, and for the rest of the week, this is a support level that I'm going to be watching very closely for the Dow Jones. And if we take a look here at the S&P 500, guys, very similar pattern here as to the Dow Jones, right? We notice that it topped off at this resistance here at about 28.20, and now we're holding up that support at about $2,635. We noticed it bottomed off here, about a couple of weeks back. This was at the end of October. We had that nice little bull run back until, the middle, actually, no, about a week into November. We ran up, had a couple of green days in a row. We got topped off at that resistance point, and now we're holding above that support yet again with a strong green day today, up $40, up 1. 1.55% on the S&P 500. And if we're just looking at the, the technicals very quickly, we're trying to identify a pattern here. It's very similar to the Dow Jones, guys. This is looking like it's potentially forming a horizontal based pattern here. And what to watch, guys, for the next couple of days is to see whether or not this is going to continue to push up. And, the closer it does get to this 50 SMA, guys, the closer it's going to be getting to that next resistance point at about 28.15. And that's just really going to determine whether or not we're going to be in this consolidation phase in this horizontal pattern, right? Are we going to break above here and potentially test the previous highs at about 29.40, or are we going to pop up here, break down, and then break below this support at about 26.30 and just continue this downtrending pattern that we've been on since early October? So the technicals are telling us, guys, that we're consolidating right now. We're slowly looking to form horizontal patterns on the S&P and the Dow Jones, but again, we have to just keep a very close eye on what's going on here, because this is what's going to pretty much tell us how the overall market is performing, and that's going to dictate what stocks, what ETFs are we going to end up trading, right? Because that's the whole entire idea of analyzing and doing technical analysis on the overall markets, right? And that's why I do it on every single video, to give you guys a better understanding of where we could potentially be moving over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks in the overall market. So, the Nasdaq future, guys, is not looking too great. It's actually down about $33 right now, down about 0.5%. And apparently some bad news came out about Apple just recently. I haven't read up on it, but somebody in our Discord group chat was talking about that. And, maybe potentially we're going to see another big sell-off in Apple tomorrow, but I don't want to say anything yet because I haven't really looked quite into it, right now. But I am going to look more into this tonight and heading off into tomorrow morning. But, overall, guys, Apple obviously has a huge weight on the Nasdaq, right? And this was up about $2.33 today, up about up 1.35%. So, Apple was green, and yet the Nasdaq was actually red today. And if we look a little bit closer here on this 1 day, 1 minute, let's see where we started out the day on the Nasdaq. So pretty much, guys, 9:30, we were at about $66.21, or not 66.21 roughly. We shot up to about 66.96. So the Nasdaq was up about $70 at one point from where it opened at, but then we saw a sharp sell-off, after the market closed from 66.96 down to about 66.40. And this could be due to that Apple bad news. I don't really know yet. I don't want to say anything on this video since I haven't done my research quite yet, but I do want to look deeper into that, like I said earlier. So the Nasdaq, guys, keep a look at this 50 SMA right here. This has been a very strong resistance over the past couple of, trading weeks. We noticed that here. And, the 180 SMA has been a very strong resistance as well. And I've been talking about how the Nasdaq has actually fallen the most out of the three indexes. It's down about, at this point, 15%, while the S&P and the Dow are down about 9 to 11% from the peak in September. So that's something to keep an eye on, guys, because the closer we get to 20% decrease from a peak in terms of the indexes, the closer we're getting to a bear market in the stock market. So now that we've gone over, the technicals on the major indexes, let's talk about two trades that I made today. And the first trade was in UGAZ, guys. UGAZ. I'm sure you guys, that were in the Discord chat know that I made this trade because a bunch of us actually ended up trading UGAZ today. And this was mainly due to some pre-market movement that I'm going to talk about right now. So for those of you guys that have not been paying attention, DGAZ had a reverse split. It's priced at about $66 now. It was at about like $72 at one point in the trading day today. But pretty much, guys, natural gas had a big gap down today, right? We'll take a look at that very quickly. And this is what caused a nice big profit margin to open up for UGAZ, right? And if we take a look at this 5-day, 5-minute, we'll see that big gap down. So pretty much from Friday's trading day, we closed around like $4. What was it? Like $4.40. We were at about like $4.30 on Friday. We gapped down all the way to $4. And from there, we noticed that at about what, like 6:55 a.m. today. This is when we noticed that natural gas was slowly starting to reverse. And let's take a look at what price it was at the open of the market today, which was at about 9:30 a.m., right? So at 9:30, we were breaking out of this 180 SMA, this 50 SMA, and the EMA line right here, which is a very good indication that natural gas is no longer downtrending. As we can see from this 5-day, 5-minute chart, these SMA points have proven to be resistances, right? And once we broke out of that level, that gave me the idea that, okay, natural gas could potentially be reversing right here, which could mean, you know, maybe a good time to buy UGAS, right? And that's exactly what ended up happening. And we can see that based here off of this channel that I was trading in and pretty much drew out early on in the market to give me an indication on where, you know, natural gas was pretty much trading, right? And it traded this channel pretty nicely. And if we could just extend it a little bit, we can see, you know, it didn't play it out perfectly, but, you know, it pretty much did trade within this channel that I drew out earlier on in the day. And I'm not too sure. I don't remember if I shared this channel with you guys on the group chat, but, you know, I'm sure you guys, a bunch of you guys drew this out yourselves and noticed this channel forming, you know, early on in the day for natural gas. So, like I said, guys, we noticed the break out of the SMA indicators here, and that gave me the idea that UGAS was going to be a very solid trade today. And just to see what UGAS was looking like pre-market and what opened my eyes up to it initially, other than that break out of the SMA for natural gas, well, we noticed as natural gas started to reverse early on in the market at about 6:55, we noticed that UGAS was at a low at about 114. Then we noticed this higher low, higher high pattern start to form, you know, heading on early in the market. And it pretty much played out beautifully, guys. Take a look at that. Higher lows, higher highs, literally for the entire day from 6:55 a.m., you know, all the way to the close of the market. UGAS was pretty much killing it. So if you were to buy today at the open of the market, you could have sold at the end of the day for a very, very nice profit, right? From 124 up to about 137 where it ended up closing, guys. 10% could have been made if you just bought and held for the entire day. So just to give you guys an idea on where I personally traded UGAS, I did not get in on this initial push up here because I wanted to wait and get in at a better price on a pullback. So I actually waited for the pullback to 123, did not get in here quite yet. I slowly started to scale in at about 126, waited for the pullback, you know, held a little bit here through the pain, was down about like 1-2% right here. But then once I started to see a strong push, very strong push in UGAS and natural gas as a whole, and especially since we broke above this resistance at about 127 here, I started to add more money at about 127, 128, bringing my average cost at about, what was it, like 125-ish, I would say. And then from 125, guys, I was able to take my profits. I waited till we broke out of this next resistance here on UGAS, right? And I could draw that out very quickly for you all as well. So we noticed that a resistance was formed about, what was this, like at 10:40 a.m. we dropped here, so that opened up this very big margin of profit. Not very big, but a pretty decent margin of profit here from 124 to 133. So pretty much, guys, for my average position at 125, I was able to pretty much ride it up to here at about 132, ended up selling it off at about 131.5. So, you know, I bought in at 120, what was it, like 122, 123, added more money at 128. So my average cost is at about 125. So let's see what I made in terms of, you know, profit potential, profit margin percentage-wise, right? So from 125 up to about 131.5, this was about a 4 to 5% trade in terms of UGAS. So very strong day today, guys. Congratulations to everyone out there that was able to trade UGAS. And I know it was a bunch of different people because a lot of people in the group chat today on Discord were talking about this from early on in the day. So another one I ended up trading today was ticker symbol ANY, and shout out to Sebastian for, you know, shouting this particular stock out. Very, very high flying penny stock over the past couple of days, and I was able to, you know, capitalize on this one today. So again, shout out to you, Sebastian, for calling it out in the Discord chat. I appreciate it, man, and a bunch of other people in the group were able to play this one as well. So pretty much just to go over a very quick trade that I made in this one today. we saw a big push up in terms of, the early market hours. I was not able to get in here, but I was able to get in on this pullback that we do see here at about $6. Wait, was it here? Yeah, it was here because it popped up here 8:30. It was up about, I think it was up about like 30, it might have been up like 30% at this point, right? From the close yesterday. So it was up 30%. We took a little dip and I ended up trading it from about like I think it was about like $7 up to about like $7.30. It was a very quick trade because I was kind of scared, guys. I took the profits very early because, this one was already up 30-40% on the day, right? And over the past couple of days, if we notice, this one's up a lot. It's up like 800%, not 800%, probably up like 400 or 500% over the past couple of days. So I kind of just wanted to get in and out of this one. And for those of you guys that have been following me for a while now, you know that I don't really trade penny stocks. So the fact that I traded this today was actually pretty, different of me, right? So I don't really trade penny stocks. Was able to trade this one today from about $7 up to about $7.30 with a smaller position, right? Risked a little bit of smaller money on this one. Made about 3.5% on the trade, bringing my daily total to about 7.5%, 8% on the day in terms of my total profits. So, in terms of trading today, guys, that is all I was personally able to do. So you guys and Any were the two that I was able to trade today on the 26th of November. So tomorrow, one of the main ETFs that I'm going to be watching is TVIX. And let me quickly explain why. So if we're looking here at this S&P 500 ETF, SPY, right? This is a very good ETF that tracks the S&P 500. We can take a look and see that this is right by a resistance point on the 180-day simple moving average right here, which is this yellow line. And we notice that's been a resistance over the past couple of trading days. We noticed it topped off at 281, and from that recent drop-off, the break below 281, on the 12th of November, we've had difficulty getting past this 180 SMA. We noticed it got rejected here, here again. It popped down below here, got rejected by the 50, popped up above it, and now we're right by that resistance point yet again. So tomorrow, guys, I'm going to be paying attention very closely to see pre-market hours. Are we going to be, pushing down here potentially back into the 265, 264 range, which could be, a good sign that the market is going to be opening red and trending down tomorrow? Or, are we going to break out of this pattern here, which would be, excuse me, a very good opportunity to potentially play, the market ETFs that go up in price when the overall market is, going up in price, right? So if we do get rejected here tomorrow, guys, I think TVIX is going to be a very good play. And in terms of technicals, guys, TVIX is holding the 180 SMA very nicely, which has been a support level in the past. So in terms of profit potential, guys, this one does offer about 20% from $45 up to about $55. And my voice is getting real raspy. I don't know why, but I've been playing the market ETFs over the past couple of weeks because the swing trades that I typically take in the large cap stocks, I talk about this in every video. They're not looking too good in terms of technicals, so I'm not really focusing on those right now. I'm mostly focusing on these market ETFs and, the inverse ETFs that we trade all the time, like UGAS, DGAS, DRIP, GUSH, LABU, LABD, JDST, JNUG. Those are the ones I trade all the time because one of them is always going up in price, right? With the inverse ETFs, one's going up, one's going down. Then the other one's going to go up, the other one's going to go down. You can always hop in and out of those, but the big large cap stocks over the past couple of weeks have been very difficult to play. You can't really, it's just been hard, guys, right? It's been hard to catch any good breaks on those large caps, especially if you're holding them for a couple of days. You're pretty much losing money. So in turn, guys, from that, I'm focusing on these market ETFs right here. So if you think the market's going to continue to sell off, TVIX might be a great play. But if you think the markets are going to, potentially reverse, if you think SPY is going to break out of this resistance point here, maybe test that next resistance at 273, you know, it could be a good time for you to play TQQQ, you know, or QQQQ. So that is what I'm looking at for tomorrow, guys. Keeping an eye on these market ETFs, TVIX, all these ones that we see here, and, you know, potential bounce back play on DGAS tomorrow, possibly, maybe on UGAS if it continues to run. And of course, guys, all the other inverse ETFs that we follow on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and join our Discord group chat as well as our Facebook group. All of those are linked down below in the description box. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great night. Peace out.